Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic which I get asked a lot. How often should you trade? Before we get into today's video, I have a free trading course that you can enroll in today. It's going to give you a lot of pointers on why you may not be winning. You can find the link in the description. All you have to do is put your details in here and you'll get an email with a link to that course right away. Now, there are a few misconceptions with how often you should trade. I get DMs a lot, I get emails, I get everything asking how often should you actually trade? How many trades do you take each day or each week? A lot of traders think they need to trade every single day. Some traders even think they have to take trades multiple times a day, and in my opinion, this is crazy. Good trading is slow. Your job as a trader is to make money long term. You don't need to prove that you're right by trying to battle the market and beat the market every single day. It's okay to not trade for a day, and it's okay to not trade for a week. Something that a lot of traders say when they're telling me they don't think they're trading enough and asking me how often I trade is that they feel like they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough for their career. They're not doing enough for their trading progression. I hear this all the time, and it's mostly from the traders who don't take a trade every single day. If a trader misses a day of trading or misses 2 days of trading, they feel like they're not doing enough. Some traders, if they take one trade in a day, they still feel like they're not doing enough because they feel like they should be super active in the markets. When you feel like you're not doing enough, it's probably true, but not for the reasons that you think it is. It's not due to the fact that you're not taking trades every day or you're not taking multiple trades every day. It's actually down to the behind the scenes work that you're probably not doing. We'll talk about this a little bit more towards the end. In trading, it is very true that less is more. When it comes to active trading, you shouldn't actually be chasing the markets down and diving in for every opportunity and diving in on mediocre opportunities as well. I truly believe that when it comes to a successful long-term trading career, less active trading is more, and more behind the scenes work is definitely what you need. So what I'm going to do now is show you a few examples and some approximations of traders who trade high frequency and traders who take things slow. So let's look at trader number one. Trader number one is a high frequency trader. Let's say this trader takes multiple trades every single day and they force a trade every day. They're trading with a risk reward ratio of 1 to 3, which is great, but their win rate is quite low at 40% because they're taking so many trades that their accuracy isn't on point and they're actually losing more trades than they need to. If we look at the performance of this trader from the start point to the end point, we're going to see that it takes this trader 200 trades to reach 100% profit. And this example, by the way, is very much likely to be a lot better than the results you're probably seeing if you're taking trades every day. Your win rate is probably lower and you're probably not achieving that 1 to 3 risk reward on every trade. Regardless of that, even if you did manage to pull the 100% profit from 200 trades, you're going to have a very, very stressful and very difficult journey there. It took this trader more than 60 trades to even move away from near the starting balance. Can you imagine if you're taking 2 trades a day, that's 10 trades a week, that's 6 straight weeks without barely moving, where you're probably stressing every single day and probably thinking that you're not working well enough every single day and that you're a bad trader. This knocks your confidence really bad and builds up a lot of stress. If we head over to trader number 2, yep, I know I've misspelt there. The low frequency trader who takes less trades and takes things more patiently, you'll see that they have a higher win rate at 60%. So a 50% higher win rate than the other trader. That means they're losing a lot less trades. And we've kept it very conservative and stuck the risk reward at 1 to 3 just to even out and show the proportions of how patience can help you. So simply by increasing that win rate from 40% to 60%, by being patient, we can see here that it took 70 trades for this trader to do what the high frequency trader was doing in 200. What this means is you have a lot more free time, you have a lot less stress, and you don't have to spend as much time battling the market and taking mediocre setups to get just as good performance as that high frequency trader who's probably having a meltdown every single day. If we look at the 200 trade layout, we can see that the total overall profit for this trader is 4 times larger than what the high frequency trader with the lower win rate was actually taking. So as you can see, slow and steady certainly wins the race. Why is it better to be a patient trader? Well, first of all, you're going to achieve greater results with less trades. You're also going to be able to enjoy day-to-day life without being glued to the charts and watching the market movements every second of the day. Probably the biggest aspect, however, is that you cut out a lot of emotional pain and you can actually sleep well at night. Now, this sounds dramatic, but how many times, if you're a high frequency trader, have you woke up early, rushed to your phone or rushed to your laptop to see what your trader is doing, or struggled to go to sleep at night because you're sitting on a loss and you can't stop looking at the charts? We've all been there at one point in our journey, And the best way to succeed is to cut this out and actually focus on that slow and steady approach. Now, taking it back to what we said earlier about behind the scenes work. Traders who trade low frequency have much more time to spend refining their edge, which is going to lead to greater improvement in win rates and risk reward. While the fast traders, those high frequency traders who are taking multiple trades every single day, see their skills moving on a downward slope, on a downward trajectory, and getting worse and worse, losing the risk reward ratio, losing the win rate even further due to a lot of emotional pressure and a large lack of this behind the scenes work that you have to do, backtesting and journaling and so on. The low frequency, patient and controlled trader is going to have a lot of time to spend on this. He's going to have a massive surplus of confidence and a huge amount of clarity on the markets from the amount of time they've put in to testing behind the scenes. So let's say a year down the line, trader number one may look like this. The win rate has fallen and so is their risk reward. They're now trading around 30% win rate. So they're winning just over 1 out of 4 trades, and the risk reward has slacked due to the lack of confidence and the lack of backtesting. But at this point, the fast trader who's trading for high frequency would be on a downward trajectory. And as you can see, 200 trades has achieved little more than losing 10% of the account equity. This may look familiar to a lot of you, and it may be hard to accept to yourself, but this is often how trading journeys look for many people. Not enough testing, not enough behind the scenes work, too much time trying to fight the markets, trying to prove that they're right. And actually what it leads to is just a slow downward trajectory, which is very, very stressful, very frustrating, and very unproductive considering you're moving backwards. On the flip side, trader 2, who works patiently, spends a lot of time testing and tracking all of their trade data, they've improved their win rate to 65%. And the risk reward has increased as well due to the amount of time they've spent in the background testing and the fact that they can wait for the best possible setups because they don't need to be taking a trade every day. They don't need to be taking a trade every week. What this leads to is steady, consistent gains. And as you can see, over 200 trades, there is a massive percentage increase. Obviously, you'll still encounter bumps in the road, and it's not all going to be smooth sailing, but you're going to have a much better long-term career and much better long-term results than the trader who's going maniac mode and trying to trade every single day. Now, something we have to consider from these charts I've just showed you is the time frames, right? So trader 1 may have taken these 200 trades in a single month. Trader 2 may have taken these 200 trades over 2 years. So obviously, you're going to get slower results if you're trading slow, patient, and collected. But when the results are negative when you're trading fast, which one do you think is better? Would you rather make a large percentage over a few years, or would you rather lose a small percentage over a month? Because if you repeat this, you're going to continue on a downward spiral with a lack of confidence and a lack of faith in your abilities until your account equity is at 0. And this is where most traders just cut off, forget trading, and go back to their normal lives. So which one do you think is better? Stressful sideways action and months of no progression, or slow, steady consistency with a relaxed and confident career? Would you rather be the trader who trades like this? Or would you rather be the trader who trades like this? Both of these charts are showing the same results. That is a 9% profit, and so is this. But would you rather go through the emotional turmoil and the amount of time you have to spend on the chart to get all of this action? Or would you rather be the person who stays collected, stays relaxed, and eyes up an opportunity and then waits for it to come to them? This is actually a trade I took the week of making this video, which brought me just over 7.5% due to me taking partials as well on the way. But as you can see, I took this one single trade, and that's the only trade I took all week. Whereas some people have been going crazy. I know for a fact there's probably millions of traders out there who have been going ham this week, putting trade after trade after trade after trade, and running into a line of losses and wins like this, which brings them the same results as this, but with a massive amount of emotional pressure on top. So taking it back to the first point about not doing enough then, if you feel like you're not doing enough, that is probably true. But by not doing enough, it's not that you're not doing enough trading, it's that you're not doing enough backtesting, you're not doing enough journaling, you're not doing enough study, and you're not doing enough personal development on your trading and also on your mindset. So what should you be doing? Well, you should be spending more time doing all of these things, and you should be spending less time fighting the markets and trying to prove yourself as a good trader by constantly battling the markets. You should think about trading like athletes and their sports. Spend 90% of your time training and execute your A game with the other 10% of time that you spend in the markets. You shouldn't be spending 90% or 100% of your time in the markets and 10% or 0% of time training, because you're never going to get good results. That is not how the world works, and it's certainly not how trading works. Remember, less is more. I hope this video has been beneficial to you. I hope it's given you a thinking point. And if you trade high frequency and you're not seeing the results you want to see, consider the things we've spoken about in today's video and begin to take it on. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.